puts that saying to a new level for me. And I'm so happy to be here tonight to not only welcome all of you, but to welcome the class, because this was one of my first duties, assuming the role of Dean of the School of Health and Natural Sciences, to come in one of your first weeks to welcome all of you. And so I remember, I go back to that day two years ago, and how different things are. And so congratulations, and a special heartfelt congratulations from me. So again, good evening, and it's my pleasure to welcome all of you here tonight. And ceremonies like these really provide us a unique opportunity to celebrate the end of one journey and the beginning of another. It allows us to celebrate the collective accomplishments of everyone in this room. So to start off with, to our university president, Sandy Doran, and our vice president of academic affairs, Dr. Blank, thank you for your leadership and for sharing this momentous occasion with us. To all of you in the audience, family, friends, and of our students, welcome, and thank you for all you have done for them. We know you've all played a huge part in their success. To the program directors, our medical director, our faculty, our staff members who make it all happen on a daily basis, welcome and thank you for all you do for the program, the students, your commitment to teaching excellence, and your dedication to the profession. We have a tremendous team, and it is really my honor to work with them. Now back to your welcome, class of 2024. We know how hard you have worked to get here, successfully navigating through a really intense academic program. You made it through countless hours of studying, late nights or early mornings, and the in-between. Hang on to the good times and the friends that you have made as you sat for hours on end in room 222, or working in your labs, honing your skills, and those unforgettable clinical rotations that made it all so real. As a person who has worked with many healthcare professionals in my time in the clinical settings, part of my welcome is to encourage you to bundle all of your knowledge, your skills, your ability to ask the right questions, add in professionalism, add in commitment to compassion and integrity, and let them all be a part of who you are and what you do. Please remember to always listen to your patients, your mentors, and other professionals who will be involved in your patient's care. Become that person that everybody wants on their team. For those very challenging times, and you will have them, just remember your why, the reason you are here, and remember the accomplishments that you have achieved, and always be that patient advocate who strives to make a difference. So it's time to end this welcome and get on with the celebration. But before I end, I want you all just to sit up a little taller in your seats, close your eyes for just a second, and breathe. And for a moment, just feel the sense of accomplishment. Yeah, you made it and you're here. So congratulations and welcome.
Thank you, Dr. DeVito, not only for your warm welcome, but for being the great support and advocate for our program. We're really very fortunate to have you. As was mentioned, it does take a village, and we do hope to meet as many of you as possible in the reception that follows. But right now, I want to take an opportunity to introduce the rest of our team. I get the honor of standing here before you, but the reality is that I'm just smart enough to hire really, really smart people. And they're the ones that do the hard work day to day, and I think they all need to be acknowledged. So first, I'd like to welcome or acknowledge our medical director, who unfortunately cannot be here today, but Dr. Sudhi Pollack. She's been a great mentor for all of us in the program, and she is, we've been so fortunate to have her since the inception of the program. Next is probably the person that the students are most excited to see today, and that is our Instructor of Pharmacology and Therapeutics, Dr. Ed Tessier. Our Assistant Program Director and Director of Didactic Education, Kathleen Menard. Our Director of Clinical Education, Jessica Serrato. One of our full-time faculty members and the instructor of public health, as well as the facilitator of an annual trip to Ghana. You'll see a couple of our students wearing stoles that are from Ghana as they accompanied Marie on a public health mission in January. Marie Meko. Faculty Suzanne Farinella. Faculty Erin Regan. Faculty Anita Lakarzik. Faculty Jose Diaz. Faculty Samantha Lorico. Faculty Jordan Brunel. There's no way any of us could do it without our incredible administrative staff who really are just as important, if not more important, than all of the faculty that are in the department. So first, our Executive Program Manager, Lisa Adams. Our Coordinator for Admissions and Clinical Experiences, Dawn Gursky. And our Program Coordinator, Vijaya Karajan. Vijaya oversaw this event and every event that we have for the program, and we're incredibly fortunate to have her. So that's the team, and I thank you for all you do and allowing me to be here representing you today. So the next part of our ceremony is our keynote speaker. And before we get started, I wanted to let you all know that annually the graduating class has the opportunity to choose their own commencement or completion ceremony speaker, as well as awards for teaching excellence in their program. So this year, to announce that speaker is PA student Ryan Hugo.
Hi everyone, my name is Ryan Hubel and I have the honor of introducing our keynote speaker and teaching award winner, Patrick O'Brien. I would like to share some of what Patrick has meant to both our class and myself for these past 2 years. Patrick works as an adjunct faculty member at Baypath, where he does small groups and grades our OSCEs, which is an acronym that, despite having said it probably hundreds of times, I still don't know what it actually stands for. Basically, they are graded practical assessments at the end of each unit. During these OSCEs, each student had a scheduled time slot, and inevitably, within the first hour, Patrick would be behind the schedule. The reason for this was that after each student finished their assessment, he would give individualized feedbacks. He was one of very few who did this, and it provided immediate transparency. It was something all of us appreciated because we knew he was doing it for our benefit. Patrick gained nothing from doing this. In fact, he was actually inconveniencing himself by doing more work. Patrick was and is committed to our learning and helping us become the best PAs we can be. Often after these OSCEs, he would hang out for a while on campus, making an effort to get to know so many from our class, all by his own volition. After spending very little time with him, it's recognizable that he is gregarious, inclusive, kind, and altruistic. With the time I spent with Patrick during didactic year, I knew I wanted to do a surgery rotation with him, so I sent him an email asking if he would take me as a student, and he did. This surgery rotation was undoubtedly my best rotation of the 11 I had throughout the year. Patrick gave me materials to review before the rotation and had a tentative schedule for the entire month on my first day. It was evident from the start that he was well prepared to have me as a student. Patrick works in orthopedic surgery, but he was able to coordinate time with 7 different surgical subspecialties. And I even got to be the second assist on a C-section, which was still, to this day, the most profound, memorable, and emotional moment in all of PA school. Every day, he treated me, the staff, and the patients with the utmost respect and kindness, and not once did he make me feel like I was a burden. He would say good morning or how's it going to nearly all hospital staff passing by, regardless of whether he knew them or not. He made the 10-hour days go by fast, and we spent our downtime talking about medicine, our mutual love for fantasy and sci-fi TV shows and movies, finances, and life. I got to know Patrick on a more personal level, and the traits that he demonstrated during our OSCEs permeated to his alternate work life as an orthopedic PA. He never made patients feel rushed, always had a smile on his face, and patients were almost instantly comfortable with him because of his welcoming demeanor. At the end of my rotation, I asked Patrick something I've never asked someone. I said, I've never asked anybody this before, but do you want to be friends? All of this is to say that, again, Patrick went out of his way to ensure I had a great experience. Basically, everything he did, he didn't have to do. He did these things out of the goodness of his heart. In so many words, Patrick sets a great example of not only a great PA, but a great person. The healthcare system and the world need more people like Patrick. I feel lucky to have spent the time I did with him, and Bay Path is lucky to have him as a faculty member. Without further ado, here he is, Patrick.
That is definitely around.
Well, I guess I'll hold this up now.
Congratulations.
Thank you, friend Ryan.
Oh.
And good evening to everyone here, and especially all these wonderful faces here, these familiar faces that it's been a year of you guys being in the trenches, and it's good to see you again. If you don't recognize me, it's because of the tie and not the scrub. So for everyone that, as Ryan said, my name is Patrick O'Brien, and I'm greatly blessed and humbled that these young people in front of us have chosen me to provide the keynote address tonight. When I was asked to do it, it instilled me with excitement, thrill, honor, and curiosity. I'd heard the phrase plenty of times, but never really thought about it. What is a keynote address? Why is it called that? And in doing some research that wasn't on UpToDate, I found that it's derived from the musical term, meaning the note upon which a particular key is based. It makes a lot of sense. And it's used to describe certain speeches, since the theme of the talk is the note upon which the speech is based. This gave me an idea. Rather than share whatever wisdom I've gained from my time as a PA, which you can get from many other sources, including a number of people here tonight, I figured I'd share the wisdom I gained from another less common source, my time in marching band. As some background, I was a member of the UMass marching band, Go Minutemen, during my undergrad time, and during my senior year, I had the privilege of being the manager. This meant that I was in charge of 400 students and the many facets of the organization. As such, there were plenty of opportunities to learn lessons, some very much the hard way. Many of you know I like to wax philosophically, so hopefully some of these lessons can be helpful in your journeys in medicine, but more importantly, your journeys in life. Lesson 1, nothing in life is so serious that you can't have a little fun with it. Mm-hmm. Now, this isn't free rein to act like a clown all the time. We should still do what we do with pride, perseverance, dignity, and respect. However, that does not mean we need to look like we just sucked on a lemon as we go through our days. In marching band, we would have very early mornings, which led to very long days. I'm sure you guys can recognize that and can relate with that. We would wake up at 5 a.m. to go get the dozens of boxes of breakfast for the other kids who were also tired and cranky, and that was not exactly the most enjoyable thing in the world. Marching in 20-degree weather to the point where our instruments were freezing in our hands, and the spit valves literally had icicles hanging off of them. Yeah, that happened. Those were not the peachiest of times either. At those times, you can give in to the circumstances, and you can gripe, you can complain, you can focus on the negative thoughts. And unfortunately, most people do. It's the expedient and easy thing to do. Or you can use the circumstances to your advantage. Adversity breeds opportunity. When everyone around you is dour, despondent, despairing, and other D synonyms that fit, take the chance to lighten the mood. The situation may not change, and it may still be difficult and demanding, but at least people have a new attitude about it, and no one will be distressed. This next one is a two-parter, since they both have to do with practice. Lesson 2 is practice not until you get it right, but until you can't get it wrong. And number 3 is practice makes permanent, not perfect. Only perfect practice makes perfect. Marching band has a lot of repeated actions, both within a season and from year to year. Music needs to be learned, marching form needs to be memorized, uniforms need to be distributed, instruments need to be repaired, so on and so forth. If you developed a new approach every time you had to do that same task, you'd start pulling your hair out. Come up with a system that works for you and keep doing it. Repeat it so often that it becomes second nature, like walking, writing, or saying normal cephalic atraumatic during a head exam. It frees up a lot of extra energy that can be spent elsewhere. Now, that doesn't mean you should refrain from improving. If you see an opportunity to perfect your system, go for it. Your system is meant for you, so it should be tailored to you. Since practicing something repeatedly only ingrains it into your muscle memory, you want to make sure the thing you're practicing is worthwhile. With that being said, all great musicians learn how to play within the scale so they know when to play outside of it. Understand when the system should be a little less Baroque and a little more jazz. Here's another double whammy. Lesson 4. You are at your best when things are at their worst. And lesson 5, the show must go on. Life can be hard. We all know that. Things don't always go according to plan. Despite the rehearsals, despite the planning, despite practicing until your lips have blisters and your fingers are numb, despite the effort put in to ensure that everything is lined up perfectly, things happen that are beyond our control and sometimes outside the confines of expectation. No matter how we feel or what we want, sometimes we come across a situation that just needs to be addressed. During my junior year, the band piled onto 7 coach buses and traveled hundreds of miles to go play at the Big House at the University of Michigan. Along the way, we stopped in Ohio and performed at a local high school to show our appreciation for them letting us sleep on their gym floor that night. After the performance, it was around 11 p.m., and we had all the normal post-performance emotions, a swirling mixture of mental exhaustion, elation, physical depletion, and excitement. It was around that time, the assistant director of the band announced that our band director, 57-year-old George Parks, who had been conducting us about 30 minutes prior, had just passed away unexpectedly. That had the effect that you might expect on 400 kids in their late teens and early 20s that had already been riding an emotional roller coaster. To some people, he was a surrogate father figure. To all of us, he was a leader. It was at this time we decided that, to honor his memory, we would continue on the next day and perform in front of 110,000 people. And I can say, without melodrama, that we had never performed better than we did that day. When things are at their darkest, sometimes we must be the light that shines. When weakness is expected, strength is needed. For the last lesson, I want you all to humor me for a moment. This is particularly important for everyone who currently is or was in PA school, but the rest of you can participate as well using your imagination in your personal circumstances. So please, everyone, close your eyes. For all of our PAs and PA students out there, I want you all to picture the day you got accepted to PA school. Immerse yourself in that image. Remember what it looked like, sounded like, and felt like. Focus in on the excitement. Focus in on the feeling of relief. Focus in on the fact that after years of hard work and effort and frustration and blood, sweat, and tears, you finally received the news you wanted to hear. Relive the experience of telling your loved ones. You probably jumped up and down. Maybe you cried. If you were like me, you couldn't remove the dumb grin from your face until your cheeks hurt. Embrace the joy. Embrace the happiness. Now open your eyes. Anytime work gets hard, anytime you face difficulties with colleagues or patients, anytime you have to drag yourself to get something done, or anytime you're so overwhelmed with stress of taking care of the world's most precious commodity, which is our fellow human beings, just remember how excited and honored you were to get the opportunity to do it. Because the last lesson is to always perform in the key of gratitude. So those are some of the lessons from marching band I have for you. Things such as practice makes permanent, the show must go on, performing the key of gratitude, and always, always practice humility. That last one actually came from a fortune cookie, but I really like it, so I want you to put it here. Okay? Hopefully these and other lessons you learn through life can help you avoid discord and embrace harmony. And I have the utmost faith that you all will grow from whatever life gives you. I was impressed by you as students, and I am proud to call you colleagues. Congratulations, class of 2024. Be great providers, but more importantly, be good people. Go out and don't just save lives, but change some for the better while you're at it. Remember, this is your world. We're just living in it.
That was amazing. I also learned a lot about marching band.
Sebastian, here. Teresa Ann Mendes. Erica Milner.
Future crowds will be compared against, so it's going to be tough to beat.
Are so proud of you. So I have the honor this evening of discussing academic appointments. So an academic appointment, also known as a clinical faculty appointment, refers to a formal position held at a university. These appointments typically come with responsibilities such as lecturing, leading small groups, precepting, assisting with student remediation, tutoring, conducting research, and participating in service activities. Academic appointments often carry titles such as lecturer, clinical assistant professor, clinical associate professor, or professor, depending on the level of seniority and the institution's specific terminology. These appointments are made based on the individual's qualifications, expertise, and contributions to their field of study. To our adjunct faculty and clinical preceptors who may be with us this evening, if you could stand so we can take a moment to show our gratitude for all that you do for our program and students. of the class of 2024 who will be presenting teaching awards.
Hello, good evening. My name is Brianne Martin, and tonight I have the honor to present one of our esteemed teaching awards to Gina Novinsky, who is a shining example of compassion in patient care and dedication to educating the next generation of healthcare professionals. Gina Novinsky, with her extensive expertise as both a family nurse practitioner and a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, has played a vital role in guiding PA students through the intricate world of psychiatric and mental health care. Her nurturing approach has created an environment where we as students feel empowered to navigate this complex field with confidence and empathy. One of Gina's most remarkable qualities is her encouragement of questions. She has fostered a culture where every question is not only welcomed but embraced. Gina's thoughtful responses have enriched our learning immeasurably, leaving us with a deeper understanding and appreciation for the nuances of patient care. Gina, your dedication to our education has left a mark on all who have had the privilege of learning from you. With profound gratitude, we honor you tonight with this teaching award. Thank you for inspiring us to become compassionate and competent healthcare providers.
Hey!
Oh my God, it's you!
Me, it's
So happy to see you.
How you doing? Yeah, I saw you earlier, and I couldn't get up, but I'll get with you later.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
My name is Ashley Lund, and I have the honor of presenting one of our teaching awards to Dr. Bowers. Dr. Bowers is someone who went above and beyond. Not only did he spend countless hours prepping lectures and PowerPoints for us to use at our leisure, but also for many of us, we moved away from family and friends in our homes, and you became that for us. You let us tell you about our goals, our fears, our challenges, and probably way too much about our lives. You emphasized the importance of life outside of school, which is probably why you incorporated many wonderful jokes into your lectures. Occasionally would stop mid-sentence to make squirrel faces at a classmate, or why you let me break a piñata open during one of your lectures on my birthday. Thank you for teaching us that being good PAs is important, but that being good people outside of the classroom is even more important. I can safely say you have impacted myself and my classmates for a lifetime. We love you so much, and you deserve this so much.
That's cute.
Good afternoon. I have the pleasure of presenting an award to Dr. Zigatella, where he is. And when it comes to Dr. Z, it's an interesting story. Because I remember before the clinical rotation had started, I met with my advisor, Anita, and I know she's here tonight. She's by far the best advisor I've ever had. So I met with her, and she had suggested that I did a cardiology rotation with Dr. Z. And for me, I know that I wasn't someone who was interested in cards, at all. But I trusted my advisor. And I remember agreeing, but in the back of my head, I was like, Kirby, there's a less than 0% chance you're gonna enjoy this. And that's just how I felt. But that all changed when I did my rotation with Dr. Z. One thing that I could say about him is that he's someone who has a passion for teaching. Something that really makes him unique is that he's able to meet you where you're at. So he never looked at things that I didn't know and say, look down on me. But instead, he looked at the foundation of the knowledge that I already had, and he wanted to nurture that and build on it. And as a student, that's really all you can ask for. And for him, it wasn't just, the medicine that he taught me. but it was the patient interactions, and it was, you know, his interaction with his coworkers, and then also his ability to work an entire shift while walking on a treadmill, you know. So as far as Dr. Z, you know, I was blessed to be able to spend a clinical rotation with you wherever you are, and there you are. You know, blessed to be able to spend an entire clinical rotation with you. And thank you on behalf of BayPath and myself. Thank you for being not only a great preceptor, but being an example of what I want to be in the future. Come on up.
Thank you. That was Erica's dad. Boyfriend. Her dad was just before him.
Hi, my name is Sarah Fellows. I'm a BayPath PA student. I'm here with my preceptor Robert, presenting on, just kidding. If you know, you know. Unfortunately, Robert is unable to make it today, but I'm glad we still get to appreciate all he did for us. Robert is very deserving of this award for a myriad of reasons, but the one that sticks out is how he treated us. It's easy to get caught up in academics when you're cramming 4 years of a curriculum into 2 years. But we really felt like Robert took the time to talk to us both in a professional and personal setting. We could go from discussing the differentials of abdominal pain, which are endless, to life advice with Rob, which is legitimately what he called it, complaining about all of our student loans. We were also very appreciative of his lectures and how thorough they were, especially the ones that ended with memes or references to The Office. We wish you could be here to celebrate with us, and thank you again for all you've done.
Very excited to see you guys. Very excited to see the family here. My name is Jose Diaz, and I'm one of the assistant professors in the program. And today I get to do a very, very cool thing. So if I could please have Erica Milner. So
That's my granddaughter.
there you are. All right, so tonight I have the distinct honor of recognizing Erica Milner as the recipient of the Dean's Award. The Dean's Award.
Woohoo! Go Erica! Woo!
The Dean's Award recognizes accomplishments of a graduate PA student who personifies the mission of the BayPath University by excelling in academics, leadership, and community involvement. To be honest, and in full truth, I wish I knew Erica better. Being one of the newest members of our faculty, I met Erica and the rest of the class right when they were finishing their didactic year and they were about to go on to clinicals and, you know, learn what it is to be a PA. It was a very stressful time and exciting time, but I could see from getting to know you that I could tell that you had the drive, knowledge, and determination to be a successful PA student. As we all know here, getting into the Master of Science Physician Assistant Studies program is no easy task. It's not so easy to say either, but Erica was one of 1,500 applicants applying for 60 positions, which in itself, as we all know, is quite an accomplishment. However, I think for Erica, it was just one step in her desire to serve and be of service. The desire of service, or to serve, must run deep in your family, as both of your parents served our country in the United States Marine Corps.
Yeah! Woo! Woo!
You followed in their footsteps by becoming a member of the United States National Guard. You served for 5 years while attending BayPath University as an undergrad student and achieved the rank of second lieutenant while serving in the Medical Service Corps.
Woo! That's our girl.
All right, you deserve it. Through your military experience, you learned the discipline and hard work needed to become a successful leader in your community as well as in the classroom. As a PA student, Erica excelled academically, and through her didactic year, she became interested in public health. When it came time to choose elective rotations, she chose to pursue an elective rotation in public health alternative experience. This rotation is where a student gets to go to their site, recognize an area of need, and come up with a plan to address it. Erica grew in the city of Cuthbert, Georgia. And she saw this as an opportunity to go home and get back to the community.
Could only be tales.
She wanted to understand the challenges and difficulties the residents in her community were experiencing, and her goal was to design a project to assess and address those needs. These range from healthcare concerns to EMS services to medical transportation. She worked with the only pharmacist in town and met with residents as well as community key stakeholders. And throughout her conversations, she learned that the main issues affecting her community were poor access to healthcare, which included simple things like pregnancy tests, to more complex needs, such as access to mental health providers, as well as health education and lack of insurance. Once Erica recognized these areas, she began efforts to find resources to address those gaps. She found online sources to address mental health needs and worked on grants to help with health education and healthcare supplies. She will be working with Nikki, I guess she's the one pharmacist from Adams Family Pharmacy, to apply for the federal grant that will hopefully allow you to work as a primary care provider and address the needs as far as healthcare access in your hometown. The profession of physician assistant was born out of the need to improve and expand access to healthcare to those who are less fortunate. And I think, Erica, your work and dedication to serve others are the essence of what it is to be a PA. You recognize a need in your community and use your experiences from the military and the knowledge gained as a PA student to address those needs. I think the work you have done so far is amazing, and I honestly cannot imagine how you handled the rigors of PA school and at the same time come up with a plan to solve such complicated problems. I think it's safe to say that we're all very proud of you, and we look forward to see what you will accomplish as you become a full-fledged PA. So I would like to present to you, ladies and gentlemen, the recipient of the Dean's Award, Erica Miller.
Good evening. As the co-presidents and the members of the graduating class of 2024, Aaron and I would first like to take a moment to recognize and thank our classmates for allowing us to serve such a remarkable group of people that are representing the future of healthcare. This journey has truly been a 58-person group effort. We are grateful and humbled to stand with you today celebrating this achievement.
We'd also like to recognize our amazing staff, our adjunct professors, clinical preceptors for sticking by us, believing in us, and giving us the tools to succeed in medicine that we will carry with us into our futures. And to our families, our friends, our loved ones, the debt of gratitude we owe you will never truly be repaid. None of us are here today without your support, and it is our honor and privilege to share this day and these moments of celebration with you.
Class of 2024, we did it. Early mornings, late nights, weekends, overnights, pack rats, OSCEs, Airbnbs, everything in between. This class has proven its resilience. We stayed together, we struggled together. We leaned on one another. We cried, laughed, and celebrated together. We leaned on one another, and with each hurdle overcome, we built character and grit. Each mistake we have learned from. Every difficult patient encounter, we grew compassion. After every patient's smile and thank you, we gained confidence and faith that this is our calling and that this is where we are meant to be.
There were no handouts, and hard days surely outnumbered the easy ones. But it's hard work breeds success, and our abilities improved with each struggle we overcame. We know we will be better for it, and more importantly, that our patients will too. And beyond medical knowledge and clinical skills, it's our ability to show empathy and a human touch that will define our success in healthcare. This is what we can truly make a difference and impact our patients' lives. And we have an unwavering confidence in this cohort that we will meet the calls to action no matter what difficulties may stand in our way.
As we embark on the next phase of our journey, let us carry with us the values of integrity, humility, and lifelong learning that has been instilled in us by our program and throughout our experiences. Let us never lose sight of the privilege and responsibility that comes with being entrusted with the health and well-being of others. As we move into the future, They will continue to represent our school, our patients, our families, and each other. To convey how truly proud we are to carry that responsibility with all of you is an impossible task. We will always be grateful that life has taken us on this journey with all of you and into the years to come.
In closing, let us not view today as an endpoint, but rather as a new beginning. As we go forth into the world as physician assistants, let us carry the torch of healing and hope, knowing that we have the power and responsibility to make a difference in the lives of countless individuals. So thank you to everyone here, to all of our rocks, and our unwavering support. And please join us again in congratulating the class of Bay Path class of 2024, the future of healthcare.
Thank you to Aaron and Logan for their words, but also for the extra, and as well as the rest of the board, for our student society, as well as our board for Be the Change organization. I know it takes extra time, we have so many other things to do, but we do genuinely appreciate your hard work. So at the conclusion, we're kind of getting to the conclusion of our ceremony. I want to welcome President Sandra Doran to the stage for our closing.
Distinguished faculty, honored guests, graduates, families of graduates, would you please join me in thanking your greatest champion, your program director, Teresa Riefel. Graduates, we are here today to celebrate the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. I am filled with an overwhelming sense of pride and admiration for the remarkable individuals right here before me. As you prepare to embark upon your careers as physician assistants, equipped with the knowledge, skills, and compassion, I am confident that these graduates will make an indelible impact on the field of healthcare and the lives of the countless individuals they will serve. The path to this moment has been challenging, you heard it today, marked by countless hours of study, clinical rotations, and personal sacrifice. Yet, through their unwavering determination and resilience, these graduates have overcome every obstacle, every challenge, embraced every opportunity, and emerged as a true representative of excellence in the healthcare profession. Graduates, will you turn to your colleague next to you, shake their hand, and say, congratulations, you made it. Graduates, as you stand on the threshold of this new chapter, I urge you to remember that your journey does not end here. It merely takes a new direction. As healthcare professionals, you will be entrusted with the sacred responsibility of caring for the health and well-being of others, often during their most vulnerable moments. In doing so, remember the profound impact you have the power to make, not just through your medical expertise, but through your empathy, your compassion, and your advocacy for those in need. The world these graduates are entering is constantly evolving, presenting both opportunities and challenges unlike any before. From advancements in medical technology to shifting healthcare practices and policies, and the ongoing pursuit of the very important health equity, your role as a physician assistant will be more vital than ever before. I have no doubt, your faculty have no doubt, your dean, VPAA, your parents, your friends, your supporters have no doubt that you will rise to the occasion with grace, with integrity, and a steadfast commitment to excellence in your role. I ask you to remember the values instilled in you during your time at Bay Path by your professors and your experiences. Integrity, inclusivity, and a dedication to serving others. These words, integrity, inclusivity, and a dedication to serving others, will serve as guiding principles as these graduates navigate the complexities of modern healthcare. So I ask you, wherever you go, whatever you're doing, remember that you are not alone. You are part of a community of fellow graduates, faculty mentors, healthcare professionals who will continue to support you and inspire you on your journey. Draw strength from this community. You are not alone. It is important that you never hesitate to seek guidance from them as you lend a helping hand to those in need. In closing, let me extend my heartfelt congratulations on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Bay Path University to each and every one of you, the graduates of the Master of Science in Physician Assistant Studies. May you go forth with courage, with compassion, and a commitment to excellence, knowing that you have the power to transform lives and shape the future of healthcare in our region, in our country, and in our world. Once again, the graduates of the class of